Hello, everyone. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for joining us on a Sunday morning to make time to work on building resilience. So today it's all about getting into who we are, getting insights into how do we build up our resilience. And to figure out how we can build our resilience even more, it's important to understand what is resilience. And that's something we're going to discuss today. So before we begin, I'd like to give you a short introduction to what is VIHASA, what are these values workshops. So it's going to be a 2-hour session where we'll have an interactive, fun session. We'll share experiences, discuss ideas with each other and grow together. And it's going to be very recharging. So a little bit about what is VIHASA. VIHASA, the word VIHASA stands for Values in Healthcare, a spiritual approach. And this entire workshop was designed by the Janki Foundation in the UK. These lovely group of people that you see in front of you were the core members who got together to create these workshops and these modules. They are all, psychiatrists, consultants, different people from different healthcare backgrounds who try to figure out what it is that we can do to alleviate our stress, to de-stress ourselves a little more. And all this was done with the inspiration of Dadi Janki, who was the administrative head of the Brahma Kumaris. So even though we say that it's values in healthcare, a spiritual approach, it is not limited to healthcare professionals because values is something that all human beings can resonate with, can relate to. And whether we're aware of it or not, all of us use values in our daily lives, whether personally or professionally. So technically, all of us can benefit from, this workshop. Just a quick introduction to myself. My name is Kosha. I'm an artist, illustrator, not from the healthcare background, but I am a facilitator of VIHASA since 2017. And it's been an amazing journey as a facilitator to conduct the session as well as to be a participant and just participate in the conversations, discussions, and grow together. So I hope you all have a lovely, lovely time today. So let's discuss what are some of the basic principles of VIHASA on which this entire workshop is based, which is why it's different from something you might have done before. So the first principle is heal thyself. If we want to be a support system for the people in our lives, for the people we work with, we live with, the first thing is we need to strengthen ourselves to be there for other people. So first we focus on personal development and then we can be a support system for others. The second principle of VIHASA is learning through experience. So it's not about me and Priyanka, who's your other facilitator today. We're not going to sit and lecture you and tell you what to do and how to improve your lives. No, we're going to share experiences. We're going to have discussions. We're going to share ideas and grow together. So it's an experiential learning. And the third one is relevance to work. How do I apply whatever insights we get from this workshop in my daily life? How do I actually take it back to work? How do I actually take it back to my personal life? So it's not just about listening, but it's actually about action planning, taking it back to work and applying it in our lives. So there are 8 modules in VIHASA. And so technically these are all full day programs like 9 to 5. But because since COVID happened and we've been doing them online, we've been breaking them down into 2-hour sessions. And today it's all about building resilience. So exploring ways to draw on our inner strength. Now, some of the spiritual tools that you will see used in today's session and in all the workshops that we do. So some exercises will have meditation, wherein through silence, we experience the topic. Through visualization, and we have a visualization activity today, we create positive images. We create images of how we want things to be so we can work towards it. reflection, wherein, sometimes we just don't have time for ourselves. We don't have time to think about the important things. We don't have time to, we have time for all our other to-do lists, but we don't take time out for ourselves. And this is going to give you an opportunity to go within yourself and see how you think and feel about things. Playfulness. So it's not a serious, boring thing at all. In fact, it's going to be a fun-filled 2 hours where we're going to work together, we're going to discuss together and learn. Listening. So it's very important to have that distinction between hearing and listening. So think about what the difference is, and we're going to try and practice a little bit of listening as well through these sessions. Appreciation. And now, recently, in the last few years, we've learned that appreciating people around us is great for motivating the team, for letting them know that, we care and, we are grateful. But one thing that we still lack is appreciating ourselves. That's something we still don't do enough of. And VIHASA has taught me how to appreciate myself, and I hope you can take back that learning as well. And last but not least is creativity. We do have a creative activity today, so feel free to, just bring out that creative person within you, whether it's through art, whether it's through writing, whether it's through dance, anything at all. Like, just allow your creativity to blossom. So if you want to gather some art materials, you can totally do that. Okay, so these are some of the tools you'll see us using in this workshop. Now, what is facilitation? So the word to facilitate means to make easy. So it is not Priyanka and my job today to tell you what to do. Right? Rather, we're just going to guide the conversation. We're going to ask the right kind of questions. And all of us together, including us, will brainstorm, will churn, we'll try and figure out what it means for us. And resilience can mean different things for different people. And the way we apply it in our lives can be different too, because all of us come from different backgrounds, different life experiences, different emotional experiences. So there is no right or wrong. It's just that different people do it differently, and we appreciate and acknowledge all of it. So like they say, I hear something and I forget. If I see something, I might remember. But if I do something, I understand. So today, it's all about doing this for yourself, actually putting this into practice, doing the work of thinking, reflecting, and that's how it's really going to make a difference into your lives. So for further information, feel free to log on to vihasa.in. That's the India VIHASA site for upcoming events, details, and so on. So with that, we can start today's session. Welcome again. We'll start with a short icebreaker activity, but before we do, I would request Priyanka to hop on here with her audio video and introduce herself very quickly. Over to you, Priyanka.
Hello. Good morning to all. Priyanka, and I'm working with Kosha in this beautiful exercise or training program, we can say. And I'm just like you all, learning with every activity we conduct on Sunday VIHASA sessions. So I am a doctor by profession. I work as an infection control officer at Rich Candy Hospital. And I'm associated with VIHASA since last 3 to 4 years. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Priyanka. So the both of us are going to guide us through today's session. So for the icebreaker, I would request you to feel free to start your audio and videos. You can introduce yourself in one line, just how I and Priyanka introduced ourselves, so we know who we're going to be interacting with today. So, and the question today for today's icebreaker is pick any one thing from nature that you think displays resilience. Anything, it could be anything at all in nature. So I know Chirag Bhai has started his video and audio. Would you want to start, Chirag? Would you want to introduce yourself and tell us one thing from nature?
Yes, very good morning, Kosha. Chirag Mehta here from Ahmedabad, Gujarat. I work for Cadila Pharmaceuticals. I mean, technically, I may be wrong because you said that one thing from the nature that displays resilience. But what comes to my mind when it comes to resilience is, I mean, someone will be a non-Brahma Kumaris over here, but I find the life journey of Dadi Janki full of resilience. So technically, I may be wrong, but for me, Dadi Janki's life journey is the best example to display resilience. Kosha.
Lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you for that lovely introduction of yourself. And so true that the Janki has been an inspiration for so many people. So lovely start. Anyone else? Would you like to introduce yourselves and tell us one thing that you find displays resilience? So maybe we can have one or two more people introduce themselves and share before we move on. Pratibha, BK Pratibha, would you like to share something?
Oh, Shanti. Yeah, good morning, everyone. I'm BK Pratibha. I'm from Mumbai. And about nature, when I see, actually, I like sky. Whenever I see sky, it reminds me that keep your mind open and have an approach towards the world very broad. So, yeah, nature teaches us many things. Thank you.
That's lovely. Thank you so much, Pratibha. Ma'am. Anyone else? Sneha, would you like to introduce yourself and share something? So anyone else who would like to go next? Sneha, I think you are still on mute. Maybe if you can unmute yourself. Still on mute. Okay. So she's just fixing her microphone very quickly. And while she does that, is there anyone else? Maybe we can take one more introduction before we move on until Sneha's ready. So,
Maybe I can
Resh,
share, Kosha.
yeah, sure, Priyanka.
I think I can resonate this resilience quality with ocean. Like everything goes to ocean, and ocean accepts everything, and then it just accepts everything, and it doesn't keep anything which is negative, like dust, whatever dirt, it will just throw back. But
Yeah.
it absorbs everything. So
Sure.
like with open arms, you can just absorb everything, whatever happening with you, and whatever is negative, which is not right, just let it go.
Yeah, that's beautiful. The ocean. That's a lovely example of nature displaying resilience. So, Sneha, whenever you're ready, let us know. In the meantime, we'll just move forward. So, thank you everyone for participating in the intro. And I really hope you'll get more comfortable sharing and participating because that's really what's going to help us with today's session. So, a little bit about what is resilience before we move on to the exercises. So, I know a lot of people have different ways of perceiving what resilience is, but one definition is to bounce back. So, when challenges come, obstacles come, difficulties come, how do we react to that? Do we let it overcome us and, we just fall flat, or do we get up and we bounce back? So that's resilience, the bouncing back, a resourceful response to a challenge, or an adaptation to stress. So to leap back, to come back, bounce back, recover, all these are words that can be used for resilience. Now, what are some of the personality characteristics or qualities of people who can recover from what life throws at them? So some of the, things that we can check on for ourselves, like, am I resilient enough? So some checking points are that we have a firm view of reality and we accept things the way they are. We have a sense of values. We have a belief in our purpose. We have the ability to innovate and think outside the box. So the way we deal with stress is also depending on the pressure, how much resilience we have to deal with the pressure on us. That depends. So that's going to tell us how much stress we are taking. Another amazing thing is that it's not like either you're born with it or you don't have it, but rather resilience is a skill like any other that we can learn and develop over time. But it's just about changing our mindset and our self-talk, the way we talk to ourselves about situations, the way we think about situations, that really matters. So being courageous, like I'm going to give it my best shot. That's resilience, or being determined that I'm going to stick to this. Even if challenges come, I am going to work on this and I'm going to make it happen. Or hope that I know it's achievable. I feel like it's achievable. I know that there are challenges in my way right now, but I can overcome them and I can do this. Inner strength. So all of us have this amazing bank of inner strength that sometimes we don't use, but just tapping in those qualities that we have and using them. Like I'm patient, I'm respectful, I'm peaceful, I'm accepting, so many qualities, right? So just using those inner strengths and self-awareness, like knowing yourself, figuring out where I am emotionally, mentally, and then what do I have to do next. So also being persistent, not giving up, finding a way to do it, figuring out where your purpose lies and how do you make a contribution. So resilience is when the situation gets difficult, when the challenges come, do I bend or I break? And like you can see on screen, there's a tree that's bending in the wind. And you know what they say, that the trees that are flexible, they can weather a storm, they can bounce back. They bend when the storm comes, but they come back. But those trees that are rigid, that are not flexible, often they break because they are not so flexible. So that's something to learn from in nature as well. So I request Priyanka to take us through the first exercise today, which is called a resilient person. Now, I would request all of you to just grab a paper and pencil or a paper and pen for these exercises, because it's going to give us an opportunity to really think a lot about who we are, what we want, and how do we improve ourselves. And so a little bit of writing, and since today there's creativity as well, a little bit of drawing will really help. So over to you, Priyanka. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kosha. So with this lovely explanation about what a resilience means, and now we have gone through what does it mean really, the qualities which can express us about what resilience means. So now let's reflect about any person who has already exhibited this qualities of a resilience. So think of someone who is a resilient person, who has shown all these qualities of being resilient. It can be someone or it can be some figure, maybe a figure you always think of someone and get that inspiration from that person. So take a moment and think about those people where they have reflected this quality of a resilient person. And what did they do, which helped us to understand the quality of resilience through their actions. So think of those actions and the qualities they have shown as a resilient person. So I'm sure everybody must have reflected about a resilient person. So we're going to have a breakout room now, and we will discuss in smaller groups. So where you will discuss a person whom you have thought of as a resilient person, the qualities that person has reflected or shared or shown through the various actions. So discuss this in the breakout room, and we'll come back again and share in larger group together.
So there will be, usually there will be about 2 or 3 people in each group. So let's take about 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, discuss with your partners. We encourage you to start your audio video, as it will be just 2 or 3 of y'all. Discuss with your partner, who do you think is a resilient person and what are the qualities? Listen to their stories, share your stories with them. So inspire and be inspired with each other. Okay, that's really going to help you grow. If you have any trouble at all, there will be an ask for help button. So please just, click on that, and Priyanka or I will be there to assist you. So any questions before we jump into breakout rooms? It's clear, right? Okay. So enjoy your breakout. I'll start.
So good morning again, welcome back. You must have had a nice discussion. I joined all the groups and I can see lovely discussions happening in all the groups. So we know that there is more to learn from all. So who would like to start sharing? Kusha, can you share your screen? And yeah.
Yes. Oh, I'll just share it again, just a second. Yes.
You can share about what came out from the group discussion you had within your groups. Maybe you can name a person and the qualities and the actions through which you could feel the resilience quality. Who wants to share first?
So whoever's ready can just unmute themselves and share.
Can we, Kosha?
Yes, yes.
Kosha
Please.
is.
I think there's a disturbance at your end.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kosha. Is that okay?
Huh. Now it's fine. Now it's fine. Thank you.
Yeah. Kosha, in my breakout room, me and BK Pratibha Patil were there. She's from the Voices Center.
Mhm.
A resilient person that came to our mind was Draupadi Murmu.
Mhm.
And when it comes to the qualities of Draupadi Murmu ji, are her ability to give back to the society. And with that particular thought of giving back to the society and helping the underprivileged people, she bounced back and she didn't break or bend, and she served and emerged out as a true resilient person.
Wonderful. An excellent example from whom we can all learn. Our president, Draupadi Murmu ji, despite all odds, she has come up as a very strong person and bounced back. Thank you for sharing that beautiful example.
Thank you.
And what about Pratibha's sister? What did you think of?
Actually, Brother Chirag has spoke about our discussion. In the breakout room, I spoke about Draupadi Murmu only. That she got many challenges in her life. At the one point, she felt that I should commit the suicide, but that moment she got connected with the spirituality, and that knowledge helped her to overcome the situation, because she lost her husband. That one thought that I should give something to the society. And also that moment she felt that till today I was living for myself, but from onward I should live for the society. And that good thought helped her to bounce back the situation. So I felt this is the very good example of the resilience.
Thank you for sharing that. So there are times when you feel very low and you can take a negative or positive side. So there, that moment you stop it and then you learn that through actions, through serving others, she has been able to bounce back with a great, positive impact in her own life and being an example for others. So that's an excellent example.
Yeah, one more thing that Brother Chirag has spoke about the Amitabh Bachchan, that he also faced many challenges during his life journey, but he has a very good quality of the acting. Through this quality, he got so much success, and he overcome the many difficult situations. So he see himself, that person Amitabh Bachchan, that he is very good and strong, brave personality. So we come up with these two personalities.
Pratibha, Priyanka ji, Amitabh Bachchan no stick to his basics. In the mid 90s, when he emerged out as a bank corrupt, उसको मतलब उनको सिर्फ एक ही चीज आती थी, वो थी एक्टिंग. तो उन्होंने अपना कर्म करना चालू रखा. And he got this Kaun Banega Crorepati and all, and then again he bounced back, and financially he became again independent. Stick to the basics.
Yes, so true. So one more thing, just a minute, Kosha, you can just take over.
So that was lovely examples of our current president and Amitabh Bachchan, two people that are very famous. So now we request other groups. Prasanta and Sneha were in discussion. So will any one of y'all want to share what the discussion was about, or who y'all thought was, a resilient person, and maybe some of the qualities that came out of that discussion? Sneha,
Sure.
would you like to?
So my colleague Prasanta, he was traveling in the bus. He couldn't speak much and very clearly. But yeah, one point that he helped to bring forward is that he helped a friend to become resilient by helping him. So someone in the COVID times wanted a job. So he helped him. And according to him, if we help others, God helps us. One point which I would like to add is a resilient person whom I have come across is one of my previous boss in the previous company. The company came down to losses because one of the client left them. But then he showed a lot of resilience, lot of can-do attitude, and then brought that company back to life, expanded the company, changed the location. And also now I think they have 2 companies in place. So he showed a lot of can-do attitude, never give up, and being more open and discussing with the other colleagues, and never kept himself in isolation, but then found out a way to come out of it and showed resilience.
That's lovely. So just with a change of attitude, you can completely change your situation. Like just connecting with people, being open to discussions, never giving up. So that's a lovely, lovely example. Thank you so much, Sneha. I mean, that really helps. So, Ruto, Reshmi, Neha, did y'all have a discussion? Do you want to share something? And even other people, just feel free to share. If you have a point or so, you can just share it with us. Yeah.
Hello.
Yes,
Neha.
Neha.
Yeah. So we had in our group, Rashmi and myself. Class
Mhm.
20 was not there because she joined late. So
Yes.
we both
Okay.
had the same example, our husband. So
That's
in daily life, we learn from them how they are patient and how they are, you know, they take decisions without any temper or any non-judgmental basis, and they are very soft and very strong also in situations in hard times and all. So that was both common example for us in
Mhm.
our group.
That's a wonderful example, someone you actually spend time with and you are with, and to find them inspirational. So that's amazing for you and Reshmi.
And sometimes we think of people around, and then that there are actually there are people with whom we stay together, and we can learn from them, because
Yes.
that's how they we acknowledge whoever we live with, that there are people who show these qualities. We can learn from them. So thank you for acknowledging that.
Yeah.
Thank you. So does anyone else want to add any points before we move on? Chandrasekhar brother, would you like to share something? We've not heard from you so far.
Ma'am, actually, I have seen, I am from Maharashtra, and one of the historical persons, Shivaji Maharaj. He was a very resilient person, though he was
Lovely.
not very mighty. Many Mughalians has attacked him. He has not the power to defeat him at that time, but he has that flexibility when to
Hmm.
got away from the war place and when to attack. So many times he actually got away from war place, and then after sometimes he attacks and defeat that mighty powers. So he has, and he remained victorious till his lifetime. He was remain victorious in the British era also,
Yeah.
and he was a true guardian of Hindu cultures. So I think he was
Hmm.
a resilient person for me, and he was that flexibility
Hmm.
when to get back and when to attack, and he has also that wisdom also. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. So decision-making power, wisdom, lovely, you know, points coming forward.
Yeah.
So thank you for some lovely, lovely points that have come forward. Just a quick reminder to all of you that all these sharings will be shared with y'all in the WhatsApp group that we've created, wherein only admins can share. So you won't get spammed, but you will be notified about our upcoming sessions. And all these sharings that we do on the PPT slides after each workshop, I'm just going to put it in chat. So if you want to get all these sharings at the end of today's session, please do join the WhatsApp group. Yes, Priyanka, you can summarize it and take us through it. Thank you.
So the qualities which we can see, like the person whom we have identified as resilient people are people we know. They are very very famous people. At the same time, there are people who are actually there with us, staying with us. And the common qualities which we can see from all of them is that they have continued to do what they have been doing. So one is like serving, like Draupadi Murmu. She has continued to serve despite having odds in her life, like helping underprivileged people. And through that, she has emerged as a true resilient person. So despite having negative thoughts, when you continue to do what you have been doing, same thing, Amitabh Bachchan, like he stick to his basics. He knows his acting skills, so he stick to that. And through this adversities, he has come out as a strong person because he continued to do that. And you get some breakthrough through that again. Your bosses, they show that you can do. They show that attitude that you can do it. Never give up. Open to discussions. So that brings flexibility in the atmosphere. People would want to connect, and helps you to come out of situation. Our people with whom we live, our husband, mothers, how they take decisions, non-judgmental, soft, at the same time strong. This helps us to stay strong and come out of the any bounce back from any situation. And Shivaji Maharaj, an excellent example. We all admire him. He's an inspiration for all of us. The true guardian who remained flexible, very strong, determined, with good wisdom and decision-making power, who has come out as victorious in all his battles. So, a lot of learnings to take away from this exercise. And let's move on to next exercise. Kosha will take us through that. It's about ourselves. Now we will reflect within ourselves how we can be resilient and how we have shown that quality. So over to you, Kosha.
Thank you, Priyanka. So, right now we saw an example of a resilient person, maybe a role model for us who we know has this wonderful quality of resilience. But now we're slowly going to bring it back to us. I mean, I'm sure in our lifetimes, we have at least had one or two such challenging situations, if not more, obstacles that were difficult, that were tricky, but we overcame those challenges. We displayed resilience, and now we are here to tell the tale. So we've overcome situations in our past. So let's take out 5 minutes. Let's think, what was that challenge in my life in the past which I overcame and I bounced back from that situation? So, what was that situation? And what were the qualities that you used? So, when you overcame that situation, when you bounced back, what were your thoughts? What were your feelings? What did you do? What did you do to bounce back from that situation? And what are the inner qualities, strengths that you used? So, let's take 5 minutes. Let's think of this situation that you've overcome successfully, and we'll write down some of the qualities, thoughts, and feelings. If anyone has any questions, please do let me know. Does anyone need more time?
No, Kosha, we are okay. Can we go to the breakout
Okay.
rooms?
So we are not doing this activity in the breakout room. We're going to directly be sharing it with everybody. So over to you, Priyanka. I'll just take down the notes.
Yes. So whoever is ready can start sharing, like you can share the situation and what was your thought process in that situation, and what did you do, and what were your strengths and qualities you think you had that time which helped you to overcome that situation and bounce back. So maybe
Yes, may
Chirag,
I?
you can start. Okay, Pratibha sister, you can start sharing.
When I was thinking about this topic, so there are many actually situations where I was very strong, but still fondly I remember one situation. Around 7 to 8 years back, I got some medical problem and I lost my voice. I was not able to speak even one word, and I was not able to speak with them because I'm staying at center. So every day I speak with my parents. But that time I was lost my voice, so I was not able to communicate with anyone. And in this my profession or my field, voice is very important aspect to lead the life, to live the life. But that moment, I was just saying that situation that this is the one paper where God want to teach me something, and somehow my good karma made me connect with this sister Shivani, and she has given me some affirmations during those days, that you think that you are very pure energy. And when I was not able to do service or communicate with the voice, I started to do seva through the action, through the karma, and that really helped me. And within few days, my voice started come back again. Actually, my original voice I lost that time only, but whatever now I'm speaking this voice, everyone started, okay, now it's good, now it's good. And I felt that whatever I'm giving thought to my brain, to myself, according to that, my body giving me signals, or giving me what can I say, response. Yeah, response. And I got very positive change. So in during those days, what I felt, that in any situation, if I really need to be strong, but most important to be stable, because many times there is so much we means I felt that it should be coming in the today only I should speak, but that will not happen. I need to be keep patience. So patience, stability, calmness, thinking positive, and faith on the good karma, that I have not done something wrong in this life at least. So God, it means this situation also not going to affect me, but this situation come up with in front of me to teach me something good and to make myself better version of myself. So I feel that these qualities help me in this situation, and I bounce back that situation, and I learned through this situation. And today I feel that how our thoughts um, affects on our body. I myself has a very good example. So with my experience, I can share, I able to explain to others, not just to listen others, but I have my good experience. So I feel that that is the good part, to give experience that situation come in my life, and it is become my good strength today. Thank you.
Wonderful example.
So inspirational, yeah.
Inspirational. So
Kosha,
Yes.
in
Yes,
the
brother.
in the previous exercise in the breakout room, I was with Didi. I was with and Pratibha Didi, and she was like, Chirag bhai, I want to talk in English. I want to improve on that. I want to, she's awesome, Didi. We all respect you a lot, and you are doing a
Yeah.
great service to humanity.
So
Didi.
amazing, not to just constantly learn and grow and
Thank you.
want to work on. Yeah, it's a
So
wonderful.
confident. So what thoughts you had that time was that, this is a situation wherein now you are stuck, whether what to do next. And then there you didn't stop yourself. You thought it as an example, as a way to improve yourself, a different, you can bring out a different you within yourself. So what did you do? You spoke with Shivani Ben. You had someone you could connect with. So these actions help you to have positive affirmations, and these positive affirmations help you to stay stable, patient, positive. So your strength qualities which reflected through this was being stable, positive, continue to do what you can, connect with the higher self, and you could overcome that easily. So thank you for sharing that, and we still are learning from you as you are sharing your experiences. So thank you, Sister Pratibha, again.
Thank you so much for giving me opportunity to share my experience. Thank you so much for your appreciation.
Anyone else wants to share? Who has not?
Brother, you were going to say something, right? You want to share?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kosha, in my case, Kosha and Priyanka, I started my career with Cadila into sales and marketing. And at that point of time, I didn't had Baba's Gnan. But during the course of my job with Cadila, I took this 7 days course in 2018. And एक बार कोर्स करने के बाद सेल्स एंड मार्केटिंग, आई होप यू अंडरस्टैंड कि अब डॉक्टर्स और फार्मा कंपनी का रिलेशन कैसा है to give money to the doctor, to bribe them and to make them write the drugs. But ज्ञान में आने के बाद I was really frustrated and burned out कि यार what I'm doing here, I'm just giving the gifts and inputs to doctors, giving money to doctors and asking them to write prescribed drugs which is not required by the patients. I was not doing the right karma. And I was really upset कि यार ज्ञान में आने के बाद क्या मुझे ये सेल्स मार्केटिंग वाला जॉब ही चालू करना पड़ेगा. But at that point of time, इधर अहमदाबाद में आप लोग जानते होंगे चंद्रिका दीदी है यूथ विंग के हेड अहमदाबाद में. मैं उनके कांटेक्ट में आया ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ कैडिला एंड मैंने एक रिक्वेस्ट किया दीदी से कि दीदी आई वांट टू बी अ पार्ट ऑफ द CSR टीम. तो चंद्रिका दीदी ने मुझे पॉजिटिव एफर्मेशंस दिए. अमृत वेला में उठकर शी गेव मी ऑल दी गुड पॉजिटिव थॉट्स कि मैं सेल्स एंड मार्केटिंग के साथ साथ अभी कैडिला का अच्छे अवेयरनेस इनिशिएटिव्स का भी पार्ट हूँ. एंड दिस इज गिविंग मी जॉब सेटिस्फैक्शन कि आई एम डूइंग सम गुड वर्क फॉर सोसाइटी एंड ह्यूमैनिटी बीइंग अ पार्ट ऑफ कैडिला. रिसेंटली जस्ट अभी की ही बात है, ड्रामा इज सो परफेक्ट. नेक्स्ट मंथ 24 फरवरी को एक हमारा CSR इनिशिएटिव है ऑन एडिक्शन फ्री इंडिया एंड सुसाइड प्रिवेंशन इन इंडिया. ब्रेकआउट रूम में मुझे प्रतिभा दीदी की मदद से ऑलरेडी डॉक्टर BK सचिन परब इज गोइंग टू बी अ पार्ट ऑफ आवर कैंपेन. मुझे प्रतिभा दीदी की मदद से एक और ब्रह्म कुमारी के स्पीकर का रेफरेंस मिला. प्रतिभा दीदी गिव मी द कॉन्टेक्ट डिटेल्स ऑफ दीपा दीदी फ्रॉम विले पार्ले सेंटर कि चिराग भाई आप कैडिला से इनको भी अप्रोच कर सकते हो. शी इज ऑल्सो अ वेरी गुड स्पीकर एंड शी कैन एड्रेस योर 600+ यूथ ऑफ गुजरात रियली वेरी वेल. सो ड्रामा इज सो परफेक्ट एंड yeah Kosha.
Wonderful. So what we learn from your example is again that, whatever situation was that, whatever your negative thought you had, you change the same into a positive perspective. You change the way you work over there, and that has helped you to come out of that and be, become a better person and enjoy the process. And, like you connected with new people, had good positive affirmations, and you are involved in corporate social responsibility initiatives. So you are changing your action into a positive actions, good actions, working for the society, and that has helped you, bounce back from whatever negative thoughts you had about your career. So again, wonderful sharing. Anyone
else?
Vijaypal Bhaiji, we haven't heard you today again. You can share.
Didi ji, today I am in a silence retreat, so I am not very well, so I am keeping quiet today. Excuse me, Didi, today.
Not keeping well today. Thank you for being there with all of us.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining. Get well soon.
Om Shanti. Thank you so much, Didi.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyone else who wants to share something, like just, maybe one example of how you've displayed resilience in your life, whoever's comfortable in sharing. Yes, Reshmi Ben, would you like to share? Anyone?
Yeah, hi Kosha.
Hi,
If there is
Reshmi.
anyone to share, they can go. Otherwise, I can share.
No, it's okay, you can share. Thank you, Cody.
Yeah. So the situation that came where I had to give more time to my family because I was in the role of giving care to a cancer patient in my home. But at the same time, I was being shifted to a new team where there were new challenges and expectations, and the people were absolutely new with the work. And since I work with a company which is US based, so most of our calls are kept in our evening time. And kind of a situation where I have to give most of the time in the hospital with the patients and all. At the same time, since I will have been working from home, so I was working parallelly. But some days, a few weeks, I believe that I could not join the evening calls, and things were escalated from the US against me that she's not joining the calls. Even though we get her update in the mail, but we call it daily stand up call, DSU call. I don't want to go into that. So where everybody in the team gives their own updates, and a few weeks, I think 2 3 weeks, I was not present, and it is a everyday call. So things were escalated, and they took a decision that they will, they don't want me into the team. So they said that you can look for any other opportunity into any horizontal or within the bank, but your billing will be, finished by end of December. And the situation was extremely demanding at the home front. So it was kind of a cyclone or storm that it came. But what I did that maybe this practice had helped me, this meditation practice of so many years had helped me to stand in the eye of the cyclone. But it is called that when you are standing in the eye of the cyclone, that is the most calmer place, and just wait and watch. So what I did, I stood, and just I did not lose my confidence, because in some situation when you have so many mails which are uh, not saying a very good things about you, which you are nullifying all your dedication and all your hard works which you have been showing in this so many years of your career, of your profession. That time, believing yourself, believing your potential, um, and definitely having faith on God and trusting yourself with the honesty. It is not passivity, but when I know that I did not bring any um, compromisation, I did not compromise with my work, I did not fail to deliver my work on time, I did not miss any deadlines. Only thing that I could not join the calls or few meetings, and that too uh, when the family wants you the most. It's okay. It's okay. It's telling ourselves, telling myself that it's okay, because things are not in your control. Maybe they also need time. The people who are new to this to me, for them I was also new to them, because I have not walked with them before, they have not walked with me before, they don't know how do I function, how do I work, my consistency. So okay, let's see what happened, and things will work. So this is what I did. I gave time. I only focused what the best I can do. I tried to divide my hours so that at least for 10-15 minutes I can join the call, I can give my update. I tried to get more involved into the meetings in spite of having other situation and other demanding family crisis, and being very polite to them, uh, who I felt that presented few data which was not completely true, but not going into that, battling with them that it was wrong or fighting with them. So what I'm trying to say, when you are standing in the eye of storm, believing yourself, withdrawing yourself from the surrounding, from the situation, and only focus to the solution, it will definitely brings you a good result. And I am still in this team and they know that they know now my value, so I'm happily working with them, and they are also happy having me in their team. That's all. Sorry if
That's a
I did take more time.
beautiful, no, that's a beautiful and very inspiring, very practical example, Reshmi, and it's really amazing. Because I don't know how many of us can actually, in that kind of a situation, handle it as well as you did. So thank you so much for sharing that.
And
It's a
you could do
beautiful
whatever
example.
Pleasure.
you could do whatever you could from your side, and understanding others' perspective as well is very, very important. You are trying to understand what people are also thinking and what their background is, and then reacting back to the situation. So maybe one quality I can also add for you over here is like being calm in this situation of crisis or whatever. You are very patient and calm. That was your quality, which I can also see. So we all see that most of our the sharings which we can see here, where we have come out of as a resilient person, is mostly related to our personal professional lives, wherein wherein you had a particular point where you thought, what do I do next? So you try to analyze what is going on in your mind, what was the thought process, whether it was my situation, whether I'm doing right or wrong, and I shouldn't lose my confidence. I should have faith in the higher person, this God, or trust myself. And then what did you do? You connected with someone. So whenever the situation arises, whenever these negative thoughts arise, we connect with some people who give us some practical tips to overcome that. So that's a wonderful learning which we can take it from today's exercise, that connect with people who help us with some positive affirmations, or maybe you can connect with yourself through meditation and connect to God, and who gives us some strength, some positive affirmations, positive thoughts, and give us some insight to what we can do next. And when we continue to do that, we can come out of that, or we can sustain through that situation. And the qualities which we see through this, through our own experiences, is like we were patient, we were calm, we could withdraw from the situation easily because we could focus on what is to be done, and we focused on healing ourselves first, and then connecting to the energy and getting ourselves into higher purpose, and changing our work profile because we connected to our personal values, and which help us to connect to our work profile in a better way. So sticking to our basics and being patient, polite, we were able to sustain or overcome the situations or the negative aspects of our life in a better way as a resilient person. So we all have learned from all of us personal experiences, the quality of resilience. And the same thing we will take up in the next exercise, that is resilience in action. So we have learned from people around, we have learned from the public figures figures, and we have also learned from our experiences what is resilience. So now let's draw what resilience means into creativity. So let's use creativity into this next exercise. So this is the resilience in action exercise, wherein you will reflect in the following questions. What helps you to be more resilient? And you can choose any image or any poetry, any creative form you can draw, where you express this, the concept of resilience. You can think of anything, you can sing a song, you can use any creativity, it's very open to you. You can just imagine and just draw it, or write a poem, write an essay, think of any image, visualize it, and share that creative. It can be very absurd, very abstract image also, which you have created within just now. So just share the creativity. Maybe Kosha, you can elaborate more on that.
And no, you've explained it perfectly, but don't worry so much about I'm not an artist, I can't draw. It's not about the drawing, it's about expressing yourself using the right side of your brain. Usually, we are so used to using the left analytical, logical side of the brain that when we get into the creative side of things, the way we use our brain changes and the way we take in the information changes, which is why creativity is very, very helpful. It's a very helpful tool to see things in a different way. And that's the aim of this exercise. So don't worry about the art. Just enjoy the process of creation, whether it's through writing, like Priyanka said, whether it's through song, whether it's through poems, whether it's through art. You choose the medium. So let's take about 7 to 10 minutes. Just sit with ourselves and figure out what does resilience mean to me and what makes me more resilient, and then just express it in your own way. Okay, so we have some soft music, background music, and just spend some time with yourself, getting to know yourself better. Any questions are welcome. So we'll take 10 minutes and then we'll all, share with each other.
Usha, we are not able to listen to you.
Still we can't hear. No. Kosha, I think you are on mute. You need to unmute yourself. No.
Oh my God. You
Okay,
take
now,
over.
now we can.
Now we are able to hear.
Okay, good. Thank you. Okay. So great. Now that we're all back and my audio is back weirdly, we can begin sharing our creativity. So you can hear me, right? Let me know if I go back off. Great. So whoever wants to go first, whoever's ready, you can share your wonderful, wonderful creations with us. So anyone wants to go first, whether it's a song, poem, write-up, artwork, anything is fine. I know we've got some creative people here with us today. So who would like to go first? Pratibha Ben, would you like to go first?
Yes. I have drawn beautiful butterfly and my drawing is not so good.
No,
But yeah,
no, it's so cute. It's lovely.
whenever I see butterfly, it really gives so much strength because butterfly journey is teaches us so many things that if you want to become very beautiful, if you want to become make your version something different, something special, then we need to be passed through the different stages, like we call butterfly journey that metamorphosis, and it is very challenging time to reach that stage of the butterfly flying stage. So I remember somewhere I read that हालात वो ना रखे जो हौसले को बदल दे. हालात वो ना रखो जो हौसलों को बदल दो, बट हौसले ऐसे रखो जो हालातों को बदल दे. Thank you.
Good. That's lovely. So that's beautiful. Can you show your butterfly again? So I'll just take a screenshot and then maybe we can share everyone's drawings as well when we share the session review today. Thank you. Got it. So it was a beautiful poem as well. Thank you so much, Pratibha, for sharing with all of us. So anyone else wants to go next? With anything that you come up with. Chirag Bhai, would you like to go next?
Usha, one thing that comes to my mind when it comes to being resilient is Amitabh Bachchan's version of Ekla Chalo Re. I can sing couple of good lines from that particular stanza. I'll speak in try to speak in Bengali, then I'll say it in English. जब काली घटा छाए और अंधेरा सच को निगल जाए, जब दुनिया सारी डर के आगे सर अपना झुकाए, तू शोला बन जा, वो शोला बन जा जो खुद जल के जहां रोशन कर दे, एकला चालो रे. When dark clouds cover the sky, when darkness engulfs the truth, when the world covers and bows before the fear, you be the flame that burns you and banishes the darkness from the world. But walk alone. Ekla chalo re, ekla chalo re.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much, Chirag Bhai, for inspiring us with that lovely poem. It's really,
Even though it is Bengali, we can still understand and relate
yeah.
to, and it's very inspirational.
So anyone else? I know Reshmi is super creative. Reshmi, do you have something for us today?
Yeah, hi Kosha. So I can sing a song if you allow me.
Yeah, absolutely. We would love to hear it.
Make your life like ocean, make it so vast. No matter what, everything will long last. You are a star. Yes, you can fail, but that will not last forever. Raise, show your true worth to the world. They need a shining, a bright truth like you. They're waiting for you to share all the worry and shower in the rain all over again. Thank you.
It's beautiful, Reshmi. You've got such a wonderful voice. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, for singing it with us. Anyone else? Prasanta, I know you're traveling and on a journey. Okay, Neha, would you like to share something?
Yeah, I would like to sing a song again. It's from the organization Brahmakumari. So it's like the strength of God. So I'll just sing it. It's in Hindi song.
Sure, sure.
झरनों से संगीत है झरता. Is my voice audible?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
झरनों से संगीत है झरता. पत्थर के टकराने से तूफान भी तोहफा बन जाता. तुमको मित्र बनाने से सब तुमको मित्र बनाने से. झरनों से संगीत है झरता. पत्थर के टकराने से तूफान भी तोहफा बन जाता. तुमको मित्र बनाने से सब तुमको मित्र बनाने से.
There's some disturbance from inside.
Just a minute.
Sure. But
I
that's so beautiful.
I have a small baby, so he's pulling the microphone.
Oh, that's so cute.
सागर रास्ता दे देखो, अक्षर भी दिख जाता है. नाम मुमकिन हो जाता है, वक्त भी रुक जाता है. हम जाने या तुम जानो, हम जाने या तुम जानो, क्या मिलता प्रीत लगाने से. तूफा भी तोहफा बन जाता. तुमको मित्र बनाने से सब तुमको मित्र बनाने से. आसमाना कामना तुमसे कुछ ना मांगे हम. आसमाना कामना तुमसे कुछ ना मांगे हम. ये जगत के बने सब काम
That's so beautiful. Thank you, Neha Ben. It was so, and it's one of my favorite songs as well. So thank you so much for reminding us and singing it. So lovely. Anyone else? Priyanka, do you have anything?
My drawing is not that good, but I was just writing what thought I had. This is what I was drawing. Like, this is one string you can see here. Like, it's very flexible initially. So as it passes through a storm or anything, it becomes little, the flexibility reduces here. And then further, you can see this tiny knot. So when you use your strength through situations, you are still capable of, you are still useful. So you can at least tie a knot. If you have lost this part of being flexible, this is still useful. So don't think that you are not useful. You can still sustain through the situations, and you can contribute to somewhere, in any situation, in any way. So you are still a good person, or respect yourself. Further,
That's
you can
such a beautiful thought. That's amazing.
Yeah, and further, I have this is my. I don't see the drawing, but this is
You
me
can't see
dancing
also
over.
clearly. do another, bring it a little closer. So
This
cute,
is me
but it's
doing,
lovely.
this is me doing balle balle, and somebody is shouting at me.
So you're not being affected by what others are
So
saying.
what I am thinking over here, you can see the ocean over here, and I can see. I am just trying to contemplate that I am master ocean of love. I'm instrument of God, so this shouldn't affect me, and I'm not going to get bothered by whatever somebody is talking about me, or affecting my state of mental calmness or my mental peace. So the same thing here. Somebody is again, saying something, and it used to happen that I used to get easily affected by people, what they talk, would feel low. But now I am connecting to some higher source, and able to remain calm, peace, and not get affected by people, what they talk about. So
That's amazing.
no,
And I
this
love your
is-
drawing, and the string thing is so insightful. Like it's amazing thought. So yeah, very cool. Anyone else wants to share anything?
Vijay Pal Bhai has written. You can read.
Oh, really?
Because he's
It's not chat?
Yes. He's not
Okay.
keeping well today, so he has written beautifully.
Okay, so Vijay Palwai says determination and concentration. So that's how that gives him a power to be resilient. Nischay buddhi vijayanti. So if you have a determined thought, you can be successful. Drama is accurate, and we are here to play the best part, best partneri. Always be akhand mahadani, akhand or constant. That means just be a giver, akhut or non-ending jnani. So unending, knowledgeable, achal or unchangeable swaraj adhikari, which is full control on mind, intellect, and sanskars. Controlling power to have ruling power helps to be constant, resilient. So he says that for him, resilience means being knowledgeable, being having control on the kind of thoughts, the kind of intellect, the kind of habits you create. So that's beautiful. Thank you, Vijay Palrai ji, for sharing that. And just a heads up.
Drama is accurate, so whatever is happening is accurate, so that we don't have any question marks after that. So
Yes. And heads up, everyone, the song that Reshmi sang for us is composed by herself. She created that. That's really awesome. And quickly to end with is something I quickly, we had time. So I just a quick sketch about believing in myself, having faith in ourselves, and a lot of that came up, right, in some of the discussions we had in the previous exercises. So yeah, that was a lovely, creative, fun exercise. What did you all think about the creativity exercise? Did you all enjoy it?
Yes.
So we just have one more activity to go before we close, and this is going to be a visualization activity. So I request all of you to sit comfortably. Okay, and I'm going to take you through a commentary and just try and visualize this. We'll create some positive images for ourselves. So I'm going to keep this aside. Okay, so we're going to keep this on. So sit comfortably, settle down in a comfortable position, and allow your breathing to find its own gentle rhythm. Breathe in and breathe out. As your imagination takes you along a path in the countryside on a lovely summer's day, where it's comfortably warm. Visualize walking along the countryside, beautiful day, perfect weather. Perhaps you can feel the soft grass under your feet as you pass through. a wooden, and you find yourself walking towards a beautiful tree, standing in a peaceful space. As you approach this special tree, it seems to exude an energy which resonates naturally with your own. Perhaps you can imagine just how restful it could be to gaze up at this tree, noticing its shape and colors and textures. It could be any kind of tree, although not an evergreen, but rather one which changes with the seasons. A tree which has existed in this quiet place for a long time. When you are ready, you can sit comfortably at the foot of the tree, feeling the softness of the ground beneath you, the texture of the trunk supporting your back. The bark of the tree is warmed by the sun, so it adds to a sense of relaxation as you just begin to daydream a little. You can wonder what it will feel like to gently merge with this tree in this beautiful, perfect weather and feel its vibrancy as its branches stretch out towards a blue, cloudless sky far overhead. Perhaps these branches are home to birds, rearing their young. And you can almost hear the sound of the sweet song as you rest down deep. As you look up through your green, glossy leaves, you may notice how the sun filters through, casting patterns on the ground, and how the canopy of foliage provides shade for small animals to lie in outdoors, finding relief from the heat, and how it can also become a natural umbrella, shielding all those who pass by from the soft summer rains. Notice how you, the tree, are strong and full of life. Roots anchored deep, drawing moisture and nutrients from Mother Earth. And as summer days go by, you can feel the energy of your tree as it nurtures its roots and they swell and ripen in the golden sun, providing welcome sustenance for humans and animals alike. Juicy apples or pears or crunchy nuts or even shiny pine cone for children to play with. As the evenings draw in, and you notice that first chill in the air, the leaves begin to curl and fall, carpeting the earth with rich golds, reds, and russets. Places for small creatures to hide. Windswept piles for walkers to kick and crunch their way through as they bend in the face of the wind. You can notice how you, the tree, is able to bend to sway flexibly in those autumn winds. Anchored by those powerful roots. And perhaps you can hear the rustle of dry leaves as they cling to the branches and then finally are blown away by a gusty breeze, whirling into the misty air until the tree stands stark and bare against a gray winter sky. As rolling clouds herald the winter, they bring cold, heavy rain, hail, and snow. But your tree stands firm and tall, its inner strength gathered in, resting, resting. Until one bright day, first buds appear, fresh and green. As you, the tree, seem to come alive, your revived energy rising up from the earth through your very core, pushing out new growth. Tiny leaves unfurling, and then blossoms bursting into pastel shades of white and pink, full of light. Your tree standing proud in all its glory, ready for the advent of another summer. As you now detach gently from the tree and begin to walk away, you can turn around and look back at that tree, considering all the parts which make it the tree it is, which make up who you are. Consider the roots of the tree as your heritage, your family, and others who have taught you most in life. This is the source, your personal and professional values. Consider the ground around the tree as places where you live and work, the activities which make up your day, where you are right now in your life. Consider the trunk as your personal strengths and qualities, your professional skills and abilities, what others appreciate about you. The branches can represent your hopes, dreams, and visions, including the goals you have for your professional development. The leaves are all those significant people in your life, those who are alive, and others who may have passed on. They may include people who have made a difference to you in your professional life and the networks from which you draw support. The flowers or blossoms on your tree are the gifts you bring to others through your life and work. And finally, the fruits are the gifts that you take away from this training to foster resilience in your personal and professional life. Now see this tree as a beautiful ball, representing as it does the whole of you, powerful and resilient in the face of challenge and change. With a deep sense of reassurance, you can now walk further away from the tree, passing back through the wooden gate, and then begin to slowly come back into the room, feeling the sensations in your hand and feet, feeling the breath coming and going. And you can open your eyes. So I hope you had a nice experience with this visualization. Could you all feel it? Could you all visualize it?
Kosha, the way you did commentary was simply superb. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. I'm really glad you could visualize it and experience it. We just have one slight request from all of you. So I've put a link in the chat. There are just 3 questions. So we are officially launching VIHASA online in March. And so this is one of our last sessions for now until, for the next few months, we will not be doing an online session. So we just wanted you to fill this form online and just take 3 minutes because it's just 3 simple questions. So if you can all just click on the link right now and fill this evaluation form about your experience of today's session. How did you find today's VIHASA session? Did you enjoy it? Your suggestions for improvement, any comments that you might have. So I really request all of you to please do this, right now in the next 3 minutes. Then that's all it takes. So I can read out, it's a Google form. So all you have to do is click on the link and fill up the questions. And I'll read out the questions to you. The first question is, what aspect of the session would you highlight as being particularly effective and useful? So which part of today's workshop did you like the best? Which you thought was very useful for you, since we were talking about resilience, things that you thought, I can take this back. Second question, how will you put your new learning into practice in your current work or life? So what was your learning and how would you take it back to work? And the third one, what impact do you think this session has had on your team or service and how? So how has today's session impacted you? And any other additional comments you want to add? So just 3 simple questions about what did you find useful? How will you apply it in your daily life? And what was effective for in your field? So request you all to please fill in these 3 questions in the Google Forms. Other than that, we would request you also, let's have 2-3 minutes to fill the form first, and then we can end with a group photo. If anyone wants to share anything, the floor is yours. You can unmute yourselves and let us know what you thought of today's session.
Kosha, what we are planning is कि हम VIHASA online launch करेंगे. What does that mean?
So, because VIHASA is created by the Janki Foundation, there is going to be an official proper launch of a version of VIHASA online, which is going to happen on 26th March. So it's a global thing all over the world. And so once that is launched officially, we will continue with our workshops. But right now we're going to take a pause from it as we are all going to be launching this together. And so maybe from April or May, we can continue with our online sessions. But for now, for the next 2-3 months, this is going to be the last session, today's session. We will also be recording. I mean, we've been recording all our sessions and we will be putting them up on our YouTube channel. So we will share the link with you if you ever want to go through all the sessions we've done till now. So I request all of you to please start your videos so we can take a group photo. Reshmi, Chandrasekhar Bhai, Vijaypal Bhai, Neha Ben, Hasanta. Thank you, Vijaypal Bhai, for filling the form. Okay, so once everyone's ready, we'll take a group photo. Prasanta, Reshmi, Neha. Priyanka, is that other one you as well? Or it's somebody else?
Yeah, it's you.
Okay. Okay, Neha, Prasanta, we're just waiting for you. And then we can take a quick
I have
photo.
submitted the form, Kosha.
Thank you so much. Neha Ben? Thank you. Okay,
You
1,
can come with
2,
little one.
3. Smile. 1, 2, 3. Okay, great. Lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
So we
Koshika.
will
Thank you,
be-
Priyanka, for a lovely session. It was very effective. We are bagging
Thank
a
you.
lot from that session and definitely will apply in your day-to-day life. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Good to see you
And,
here.
and we will be putting up today's sharings and this group photo in on our WhatsApp group. So do join in and see you soon. We'll let you know in the WhatsApp group when we have our next sessions. Thank you so much. Have a lovely, lovely Sunday. Bye. See you.
Bye. Thank you.